Yeah, start whenever you're ready.
Our project. This is our proposal: create a 4-piece band, invite session players, singers for specific songs, research successful bands or artists to help develop our own abilities, create a band persona like a band name, style, and other stuff. Perform 3 songs minimum at the end of the year gig, consisting of covers and or originals. This was our timeline. It's a bit small, but we'll come back to that.
Got a lot of information.
So for research, we looked into bands or artists we liked and tried and did a case study on one of their songs. We used this to develop our own understanding of how the bands or artists work in a professional and live environment. My case study was Leonie by Eric Clapton. I looked at the songwriting techniques, the arrangement and instrumentation, the use of key changes, and the use of riffs in the song. What I learned from looking into the song was how I could write my own music with influence of that, using riffs as the foundation of the song, the effects of key or attentive change on the listener, and the effects of the listener on the arrangement and instrumentation. Every rehearsal we've done, we've recorded and uploaded. The reason we did this is to go back and see what we needed to improve on, or see what we liked and what we didn't like.
And in the future, we're going to develop upon other points we have on our timeline, which include band names and things that will make us stand out among like other artists, and do some more songs, pretty much. You know.
That's basically it.
Right, guys. Questions. Start us off with.
Have you come up with your band name or your band stuff?
We haven't done that yet, but we're going to be doing that
Within
within
the
the
next
next few weeks.
What problems have you faced?
Certain disappearing band members
So we can see today.
and indecisiveness in terms of what songs we're going to be doing. However, they're getting overcome. You know, we're going to.
So how have you worked around this?
How we worked around it, the problems. We've just ignored them and carried on as if they never even happened, you know.
So is he going to be a part of your final presentation, or is he out?
Yeah, if they decide to show up, then that's cool.
So isn't that going to affect it because you're going to work without him all the time?
We've rehearsed the songs as if it were just the people that were there. If they do happen to turn up, then we can incorporate them into the song.
Okay, so you're able to play the songs with a diminished band.
Mm-hmm.
So you're factoring that into your rehearsal. I think that's a very shrewd move.
If you could do this project again, what would you change? If you could change something.
I'm not sure. I think everything so far has gone well. Our timeline, everything's been done according to what we said in our proposal. So, other than the band members, nothing else.
Do you want to come back to your timeline and load it up? Can you load that slide? And just sort of, can you just give a summary of how you're getting on in relation to the timeline, and then what will be happening in the next 4 weeks?
So everything from weeks 1 to 4, which is gathering bands to discuss ideas, start covering songs and writing originals, report progresses, make optional changes, talk to the other band members about what we could change, write a pass for research. That's all within weeks 1 to 4.
So do you feel like you're keeping up with your timeline so far and everything's going to plan?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Everything before that's been completed, and we're in week 4 now. So we're going to start on weeks 5 to 8, which is recording demos of songs, see if there's any way to incorporate experimental instruments like we studied last term. Revise the songs we've worked on and try and improve them. Get a band name. Just really band development.
Okay, so so in terms of the band name, what do you? And I think band name and thinking about what will make you stand out are two things that are sort of linked together. So, what is your? Do you have a plan of how you're going to go about that process? Like, do you have a short list of names? Do you have some ideas? Sorry.
It's probably going to be an impulsive decision.
Okay. An impulsive decision based on research, or have you
really.
Have you got bands? So have you got I'm not shortlist, like band names that you like? People people being able to bring their influence, some sort of committee way of doing it.
Yeah, we're probably all gonna come up with something. They'll have a vote, or there'll just be an obvious majority.
What have you learned? What have you learned from your research? For your case study?
Well, for my case study, I actually learned a lot more songwriting techniques, music writing techniques, ways that specific things you can do in a song, like a key change or a tempo switch, to give off a certain feeling.
How's that? Oh wow.
Yeah, how is that factoring back in? How is it factoring back into what you're doing? So have you been able to put it into practice? Do you have any examples of how you've used your research?
Not yet. That will probably come in the next couple of weeks.
Or an idea of how you would maybe plan to use the stuff you've done in your research?
We've still got an original to write, because in our proposal we said a few covers and at least one original, so we've still got to get going on the original.
Okay.
And that will cover what we've learned from in our case studies and other research that we've done.
Okay, so try and incorporate these songwriting ideas into a new song.
Anyone?
So we talked about problems you might face, but what are you doing to ensure that it's gonna be a successful project? So not just with the problems, but what positive steps you're taking to make sure that it's a successful project. What you're doing as a group that's going to help you succeed.
Us two at least are staying focused on it, and we're putting a lot of time and effort into it. And we're like, we've gone to pretty much every band rehearsal, so we're staying on point, despite other people not doing that all the time.
So you've got two very strong core members of the band at least. Would you consider drafting in replacements if your band members continue to be unreliable? Have you got like a contingency plan for if you're going to do the gig and one of the people is unreliable and you don't think they'll be able to perform the songs? Do you have a backup, like a plan B?
Well, both of us are guitarists, so both of us are also able to play bass.
Okay.
So during band, one of us always learns the bass part as well, just in case.
Okay, that's really good. So you're familiar with the songs.
Yeah.
Grace.
Would you rather be just two of you and do things by yourself, or still recruit people to be with you? If you know what I mean. Would just rely on just you?
As in our group relying on session players, or us as individuals relying on session players?
As you, just a group, and then somehow find ways to replace by yourself the people who are missing. Basically becoming royal bloods, if you know what I mean.
Not really, but I guess if
You know
Is that the
what I
name
mean?
of a band, or do you literally mean become royal?
I guess if we thought we really needed a drummer that we can substitute for Logic or something, or a bassist, or any other instrument player, I guess we could
Right, so we've asked loads of questions, guys. Have you got some feedback, any ideas that you think would benefit this group? Anything that you think has come up? Grace thinks they should become a two-piece band.
Yeah,
Maybe you
I
could-
share seriously ago.
Maybe you could like find a song to cover that only features like two guitars or like a guitar and a bass, so that even if the band members do come back, it's like adding more to the cover, and then the original like it could just be like keys, chord guitars and stuff.
As you are the former member of this group, yeah, what I would suggest is never, what's the word again? Rely too much on people, if you know what I mean. Because then you lose control, because you need that person at that moment you can't have because he's like wandering around, right?
Do you mean, what's your question?
No, it's a suggestion.
Oh,
To don't rely too much on people, because then you lose control of your own project, and then practice is not like, yeah, that thing.
I think also just to decide as soon as possible about whether you wanted to get us another player or record the drums on to Logic, just so you know now what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good point. With 4 weeks to go, just make sure that you might have to make a difficult decision with personnel, but make sure you're sure of what you're doing. You don't want to have the uncertainty in the 2 week run up to a gig of not knowing whether you can rely on the band members to perform and stuff. So just, I guess, yeah, make the work on that plan B and have something set that you can do if you do feel that it's only you two that can be relied upon all the time. Any other ideas, guys? Feedback? What you think they can do?
It's good, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, have a backup plan. But I do think that the band name is quite an important thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as possible, because it'll give, once you've got your identity, it's going to help you. Well, it's going to help you with how you're writing. It's going to help with what you're trying to say, how you're presenting yourselves as well. So try and get on top of that as quickly as you can as well. Okay, it's all really good. Do we want to clap at the end for everyone? We just want to finish. Yeah, we want to clap. Thanks, guys.